Did you guys hear? Bro, zombies are back in style. What's going on, everybody? I'm ATLX Matrix. Welcome. Today we're going to be talking about the Back 4 Blood game 2021 by the creators of Left 4 Dead. So yes, it's going to be a zombie game. I got a couple of guys here. We're going to give you our honest opinion of the game after playing it. And if you guys feel so inclined, we'd like to have a whole lot of fun over on Twitch. We're streaming every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Hope to see you guys there. I hope you guys enjoy the video. You didn't start with like what you didn't like with the game, and then move on to the likes. We cool with that?
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah? All right. So dude, I'm not shy about it. I'm gonna start it off. So I'm gonna start with like my biggest complaint for the game was not being able to change your fucking attachments on your guns until you find another attachment. That's my big one. Like the AI bugging around, like getting stuck on everything. Literally everything. You can't even get in a door. Like when you guys are in a safe room and you're trying to, go to the next thing. The bot's just hanging out, glitching in front of the door, and so forth.
Yeah.
What about you guys? Those are my biggest ones.
Yeah, I agree with the weapon attachments, but at the same time, that then gets rid of the roguelike elements, I guess you could say, because weapons that you find don't always come with good attachments. So you could pick up a really good weapon that you like using that has 2 red attachments that you can just take off, and then the gun has no negatives. That's why you can't remove the attachments.
I mean, I get that, but it's like you could have just put it in there to where it's like, okay, if it's a red attachment, you can't remove it until you find a new one. Like I don't feel like that would be too difficult to put, like, to make that work that way.
True.
Yeah, that's one of the problem in this game. The attachments, to be honest.
I wouldn't exactly call it a problem though. It's
It is
something that
because
needs
I'm
to be
not gonna
changed.
because I'm not gonna change my gun every single act because I can't change the attachment. You know, sometimes I don't wanna play with 40 ammo. Okay, I wanna play with 30. I have to change all my gun. That's not good, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, that was the other thing. So it's like once you complete an act, right? When you complete the act and you move on, like run complete, right? I don't like how that's broken up to where it's like for me, I was trying to find a scar, and then we'd get a scar, we would end it, and then guess what? I wouldn't have on the next act. I wouldn't have my scar.
Yeah,
so
you start from 0. That's
even if
good.
you take all the attachments away, right? Let me keep my gun.
Yeah, because if you play the Act 1,
Mm-hmm.
the whole chapters in Act 1, you keep your gun. But if you move to Act 2, you lose everything. And I think this is not a good thing. You should keep all your stuff with you, even you go to Act 2 or Act 3. I'm not ready to start looking for a new gun because I moved to another Act. That's and I don't like it.
Again, I mean, like I
And
get
I
it.
have a problem.
I get it. Like Act 1 is the longest act out of the entire game. But
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know about that. It has the most stages, but I wouldn't say it's the longest.
Okay, well, I mean, it has the most stages, and like for me, I think it took like what 2 hours to get through just the first act, and
Probably,
it's like yeah, somewhere around there. But it's like even not being able to keep the guns, right? The only way to like get cosmetic things for your gun is through the card system. Right? Like you can't, like I can't level up a gun. So it's like if I don't know, each character has their own guns, right? So if I like the AK, for example, there's no way for me to like earn cosmetics for it or unlockables for it other than the card system.
Right.
And then even then, there's only, I think, 2 skins for most weapons anyway.
Right, which, I mean, I guess isn't that big of a deal, but it's like, if I'm gonna spend, because the whole point of the game is like they want you to replay it over and over, right? Well, what am I gonna
Yes.
get? I'm just gonna get cards, right? So it's like, I'm not gonna get anything for my weapons other than like maybe like the 1 or 2 skins, and then that's it. And then we're just playing for cards. Then what happens when you actually get all of the cards, which leads me to my other kind of, I don't want to say it's a complaint because I like part of the aspect of it, but like the card system. The card system is kind of, I don't know, for me, like it's a positive and negative because it adds like that extra difficulty with like the cards that are on each level. Or like each stage that you go to, you get the corruption cards, which tells you, you know, or it dictates what ridden is gonna be on that specific stage, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
So it's like,
Uh,
why do I need to have like a card system at all? For the other end of it, why can't I just like level up and build? Again, I like the card system portion of it for each stage. I like that, how it like it randomizes what ridden you're gonna have to fight. But I think we were talking about it the other day, you know, just having a build for melee. Well, I can't like work towards that without some like, I guess, RNG for the cards, right? Because it depends on what you can get from the supply line.
that's
Well,
what
no,
I want to talk about it.
it doesn't depend on what you get from this. Okay, so when it comes to building your deck, the cards that appear for you to purchase in supply lines will always be in the same order. So
Oh, okay.
my first 3 supply lines will be exactly the same as your first 3 supply lines. It's not like I can start the game and get like the 75% melee attack damage card in one of my very first supply lines, and you can't.
Okay. I didn't
This,
quite understand like that whole portion of it because it,
yeah,
quite honestly, I mean, like the game obviously makes an emphasis saying that, hey, the card system is important and this and that. You have to do the supply lines to get the cards, but I thought like the supply lines that appeared for you to purchase with your supply line credits was all random. So those all go in order.
pretty much, yeah.
Okay, so you like if you wanted to focus a build, you can look up and figure out which cards you actually need to purchase or like which supply line thing you need to do.
Yes.
But there's a
Okay.
problem
What?
because most of the missions, if you finish it, they give you 46 or 50 supplies, and the good cards is cost 100. So I'm gonna take a long time to get something good. You know that
Well,
system
it doesn't
is not
it,
good.
it
It's like if
doesn't
you give me
take
every
as
mission,
long as it seems though.
why?
Because okay, so you can play it through start of a mission to the end of a mission and collect your supply points that way. There are 2 missions throughout the game that are over within a couple of minutes that give you a substantial amount of supply points, and you use those to farm your supply lines to get cards to make decks to then be able to run through Veteran and Nightmare.
Okay,
Okay.
but I was
Well,
talking about some of the mission when we play. We got 46 supplies, right?
Yes.
I
And
wanna, I wanna.
that's only on recruit though. You have to remember that playing on recruit gives you half as much supply points as normal.
Yeah, so if I'm gonna play that, that mean I'm gonna take a long time to make the good cards that I want.
I mean, what Dumas is saying is like it technically is it doesn't take that long of a time as long as you're not playing on recruit. So like recruit cuts half of like whatever you're earning. So it's like if we were gonna earn like if you earned 46 of those supply line points, in reality, if we were playing on a higher difficulty, you could get what 92 points.
Yes.
So it's like I get it, but I honestly, it's like I really didn't even mess with the cards. I mean, on recruit difficulty, I don't think you need to, but I mean, I like it. I like the cards, and I like that you need to prepare yourself to play on Nightmare. Because like when I was like, hey, when we first powered up the game and we were going in, I was like, bro, we're just gonna play on Nightmare. How fucking wrong was I?
So very wrong.
Dude, we got wrecked right out of the gate. And so it's like I like that. So like that brings me to like my other, I guess my other biggest complaint is it's kind of a double-edged sword for me because I like playing with a challenge. So it's like I like the difficulty, I like the extra stuff that you do with or they did with the corruption cards. So it's like if you're adding that in on Nightmare and stuff like that. But that's me personally. That's not everybody out there. So I feel like that's kind of a like I said, I think it's a double-edged sword, at least for the game and like casual players. But then again, saying that, if you're a casual player, you could just play on recruit.
Yeah. And
So
recruit still does provide that little bit of a challenge.
we can barely hear you now, bud.
Recruit does provide that little bit of a challenge, even more than it did it back in beta for sure.
Right. It's like I enjoyed the time that I played with it, and I know Riyadh did. He doesn't like zombie
Yeah.
games. So it's like
At all.
I had a great time playing it. And just casually going through and enjoying the game. So that, I mean, again, what about you guys? What's another dislike or a major dislike for you guys?
I would say the hooker. It's called the hooker, right?
The hooker?
Yeah,
The hopper.
that one is super.
Okay, no, time out. Okay, the hawker is now called the hooker. I don't
know.
This is it now. Period.
What?
Okay. So you got the hooker, the stinger, and the stalker.
Wait. What are you talking about?
It's called the
I
hawker.
don't know. The hawker? Okay.
But
I don't know
but
his
I like
name, to be honest.
but I feel like everybody would appreciate calling it a hooker instead of the hawker.
I don't think so.
Okay.
That's not good.
Okay, well,
That's
anyway,
not good.
so it's like with that I feel like that's definitely my least favorite ridden and poses the most problems. Especially if you're playing solo. That's got to be trash playing solo.
Yeah. Playing with bots never works out well if a hawker pins you because the bots don't release you from it.
Got you. Okay. All right. Well, what about that
Which one is it? Is
the
it a boy, a tall boy, an explodey boy?
I think it is it's the guy that'll just pick you up and you can't do anything about it. What's that guy called?
The hag.
The color, right?
The hag?
I'm
Well,
not sure.
Hag will eat you. The crusher has the tentacle arm that lifts you up.
That one.
Your voice is so far away, by the way.
It shouldn't be.
He's like, bro, I'm on a cell phone. Leave me alone.
No,
Exactly.
No, I like that one. Like, I feel like the ones that can grab you would pose if you're playing with a team. Don't really pose that much of an issue, except for the damn hawker. That's like the one that will murder you the entire game. But
no, because look, you can shoot him and that's enough. You're gonna kill him, right? Except the hooker. You have to go back to your teammate and melee him just because he's stuck. That's so annoying. Even he doesn't have a weak spot that you can shoot from far away and person who's stuck can move again. No, you have to go back. That's annoying.
No, well, that's the double-edged sword because that adds that extra thing of difficulty. like
sometimes
that's
you're gonna
my
die because you're taking damage if you're stuck. You
yeah
know, so
yeah
I'm not close to you, so you're gonna die because there's no weak spot that I can shoot from distant. No,
yeah.
I have to go back to you and do whatever, punch you or melee, because you're stuck. That's make the game is really bad for me.
Okay, okay. I
There
get
are,
you.
and I fully agree. The Hawker is by far the most annoying of the ridden, just because of how far away it can be from you and have you stuck. But
Yeah.
Evangelo's ability is able to counter that. There is a card that allows you to counter that. Stun guns will counter that. It's just you've got to play to the strengths that you have available to counter the ridden's abilities.
Well, see, I mean that's the other thing I was talking about. You know, with the corruption cards. So it's like when you're loading in and you're there, starting whatever stage you're on, you know what ridden are gonna be there. So it's like you can plan for that by buying a
Yeah.
stun gun, right? So the stun gun you can get yourself out, but that only happens twice. You're only able to use it twice if you're able to even buy two of them, right?
Hmm.
Yeah,
So, so
but that's
uh,
where having the card plays in as well.
oh, having the extra slot.
No, not having the extra slot. The card for breakout gives everybody who has that card exactly the same passive ability that Evangelo has
Oh,
to break.
okay. Yes. Gotcha. Yes, yes. Okay. All right. Well, do you guys have any other complaints for the game?
Yeah.
Let's hear it.
That I can't. The primary weapon that I have to get a card just to grab two.
Okay.
That's not, because I don't want to run with axe or running with pistol. I wanna grab a gun from the ground when I'm playing. I don't need get the card. Okay,
I got
so
you.
you have to give me a chance to do that. I'm not gonna
I
play long time to get the card so I can grab two primaries weapon. Nah.
well, I mean, that's kind of like the point of it. So it's like you're going to have to if you want to run two primary weapons. But that being said, I mean, it's like you can still run, like you could still pick up like a pistol and you could pick up a Tech 9 as your secondary as well as having your actual gun. And like I did that the entire game and I didn't have any issues.
Yeah, but if you let me do that, like I'm grabbing AK, okay, and I'm grabbing another gun. I don't want to play with pistol. That's okay. I can do it in the middle of the game, but the card system that I have to get that card is called 2-in-1, I think.
Uh-huh.
Yes, that's the one.
To get another primary weapon. Nah, it's so bad.
I get it. And like I said before, like the card system it adds that extra level of difficulty. And I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing.
I
Also,
feel
the fact that
without the card
um,
systems, it's gonna be a game.
Well, I mean, without the card
if it
system,
had the card system, it'd just be fucking Left for Dead.
yeah, I was about to say it would be pretty close to just being Left for Dead, just 2021 without the card system. Like that's
And
literally the main like in my mind, that's like the big like that's the main differentiator. Yeah, we're not going to talk about it.
different.
I feel like that's the main thing that differentiates Back for Blood and Left for Dead is the card system. And this is the first time that they've implemented the card system.
Yeah. Yes, the card system, both your deck and the corruption, and the fact that each playable character has their own team effective passive ability and a passive ability.
All
Because
right.
back in Left 4 Dead, it was just you pick your character, it's there for pure cosmetics, and that's it. There's nothing to change.
Yes, that leads me into like one of my biggest likes of the game is like you have those extra characters, and it's like as soon as you go through like those first stages of Act 1, you have the ability to choose any character in the game. And each character has like their own set of starting weapons and has their own ability. I really like that.
That's what I like.
So it's like you can like if you're playing with a team and you're playing with people, then you guys can like kind of pick and choose the people that you want to use for different acts. And especially like if you go through the game once, you kind of know what to expect going into the acts after that. So it's like you guys can already have a plan.
Yeah.
And that was how they planned it.
Yeah, which I think is great. Like I said, that's like one of my biggest likes of the game. Like that's one of the biggest pros is like having like those character skills. It makes it a point to where choosing different characters makes a difference.
Yeah, teamwork will affect how efficiently you can run through.
Right.
Yeah. I've been playing the first time with characters called Mom, right? That character give you extra life, and it's really. I think the mod's playing with that doctor.
Yeah.
It's really good. That thing it's make the game really more good. It's like every single character that has on ability and all the stuff. That's really good.
Yeah.
So is there anything that you guys had like as a big like what made you guys like really like the game? Like what is your biggest pro of the game?
I'm not gonna say the story, to be honest. The story's not good. It's not good.
Yeah,
I will tell you why it's not good.
The story was just sort of a subtext.
Yeah, look, the story is good, okay, but the end of the story it's up.
To be quite honest,
that's
really
also not the end.
I was expecting more, the end of the story, but the end was disappointing, to be honest.
I don't know, man. I liked the last mission.
There is more story to come.
Right. So, like what Dumas said, it's like they have what is it? It's like a season pass, right? So
yeah,
you're gonna have
3 DLCs.
So you have 3 DLCs, which is gonna give you new characters, right? New types of ridden and new maps. So it's like you can go to a different destination. So I don't know how they're gonna do that as far as like the 3 DLCs. Are they gonna be 3 different locations?
I'm not sure. I know one of the locations was hinted at in the ending cutscene.
Right, Bridgetown.
Bridgetown, yes. But I don't know much about what will be in the DLCs, how it'll work, whether each one will have one new character, one new ridden, one new map, or if one will have a map and a couple of characters and then they'll add the ridden in the next one. I don't know what their plan is. All I know is there's 3.
Well, hey, I mean, I'm happy with that. So it's like I'm glad that they're doing that. I think we looked at it and it was like $60 for the pass, right?
Yeah.
That
if you can ask me about that,
I don't like it.
The game doesn't deserve $60, to be honest.
Uh-oh.
If you're gonna get it from Game Pass,
yeah,
for $5, it's all good. You're gonna enjoy the game. But I'm not gonna spend $60 on the game.
I got you.
No. It's really expensive.
I understand. And it's like the game, I wish I had more pros to the game other than like it was enjoyable playing with you guys, and it's like I had a good time because it's the zombie thing and it's a new zombie game and there's some added difficulty to it. And so it's like I've excuse me. I had a great time playing with you guys, but I'm gonna have to agree with Riyadh. Like the story wasn't really there unless you're reading and you're listening intently to like what the NPCs are actually saying. But there's no like cue for you to actually do that. You have to do that on your own to get more of the story.
Yeah, it doesn't force it upon you. It's more okay, there's stuff you need to kill, go and kill it. Oh, by the way, this guy's been hiding for 6 months working on a cure or something. But we're not going to tell you anything about that.
Yeah. Yeah, so
Or
like
we know where this all started and originated, but we're not going to tell you that either.
right. So it's like
If
it's just a
that
little disappointing with the storytelling. There wasn't
Yeah.
any.
yeah,
There was
but
none.
if that end is just a new thing for another game or for another chapter or whatever,
Yeah.
that's good. But you have to tell me, because most of the people like me, if I'm gonna see that end, I'm gonna uninstall the game.
I got
To
you.
be honest, I don't know. There's a new chapter or a new thing coming out. You don't show me that. You just end the game and the worst way, and that's it. I don't
I
know
mean,
what's happened next.
I don't think they ended it in a bad way. They kind of left it open so that they could do those DLCs. And it's like they're not
Yeah,
saying
but you're
uh,
not talking about it. The game never talk about that something coming out next. Most of the people think this is the end of the game.
well, I
That's it.
Yeah.
mean, for right
Well,
now it
yeah,
is.
unless you've like looked into it and followed the progress of Back for Blood at the moment, you're not going to know that there's DLC coming.
No one look. uh, For me, I'm not gonna do that. I just want to see the end of the game, and you have to tell me there's something coming out soon. Okay,
Because
or
I
something gonna
yeah, though
happen.
they ended it.
Yeah,
It was like, okay, well, is there more? Do I have to wait 3 years for you to bring out another sequel to this? Or
yeah.
what? They just sort of. It's almost like they just cut to black like a Sopranos episode.
They
Because
left you
the
wanting more.
To be
Exactly.
honest, because if you don't tell me about it right now, I will tell you I'm gonna looking for another. That's the end, and I will find another game to play. I don't know
I got
there's
you.
something coming out because I thought this is the end. That's it.
I got you. Okay. Before I've got a question for you guys, but before I ask the question, well, actually, I have two. But before I ask that question, does anybody else have like, any of you guys have like another like important point to make on the pro side?
I think the music and soundtracks and all the stuff, it's really good in this game. Even the graphics, it's really good. I like it.
Okay,
I,
okay,
I agree with that. They definitely did a good job giving
Yeah,
that immersive feel with the soundtrack. The way it just
the
sort of
music,
feels
the
like you're
graphics, everything.
actually wandering through a misty forest and shit.
yeah,
They did well with that.
yeah. I do have to say, like, I like the soundtrack, especially my I think my favorite part of the entire game was actually, well, actually there was two. My favorite part of the game was actually that what was it? The bar mission. We're at the
Barroom
bar.
Blitz.
Yeah,
Yeah, and you're
Barroom Blitz
jamming
is
out.
the confusion in the game.
Yeah, dude, you're like jamming out to Motorhead and Jukebox Rock, dude. That was great. And you're just in there, you're just slaying out in this room, just jamming out to music. And then at the end of it, you get this badass getaway in a Humvee. That's my
yeah.
favorite. That was my favorite mission.
Even the music in the end of the game,
Yeah.
it's really good. I like
Yeah.
that one. That's my favorite.
Yeah, the soundtrack to the game was great. What about you guys? What was your favorite mission?
The bar,
Mine
for
was
sure.
Bar and Blitz as well.
Yeah.
All right, so we're all in agreement. Like the best mission in the game was the bar. All right,
Yeah.
jamming out in the bar. Okay. So here's that big question I want to ask. If you were talking to someone who hasn't played Back for Blood, would you recommend it?
Yes.
Uh,
I wouldn't recommend it as a well, okay. So I would recommend it to somebody, but I would change how I phrase my recommendation. Because when it first came out and I was playing the beta telling people about it, I was like, if you played Left 4 Dead, you're gonna fucking love this. I've come to the
Okay.
realization that yeah, if you like Left 4 Dead, you're still gonna like this, but don't go into it expecting it to be a clone of Left 4 Dead, because it is not. If you go into it thinking that, you're gonna have a bad time.
Okay. Yeah, I can agree with that because there was a lot of people thinking that it was gonna be just Left 4 Dead, and it's not. The card system makes it flips it on its side, and it's like here you go. This is not Left 4 Dead. What about you, Ria? Would you recommend Back for Blood?
yeah, because as someone that hates zombies game, I will because I enjoy every single second in that game, and probably I'm gonna play it, to be honest.
Okay.
So yeah,
Okay. All right. Well, if I was to ask myself that same question, I would say depending on the person. I think as a blanket, I think if you're going to play the game, go into it with an open mind because I don't think that it's worth $60 the way it is now. But
yeah,
I would tell them exactly what I tell you guys. It's like I enjoyed every single bit playing the game. Like I had a great time playing. And I think the big part of that is you have to have people to play with. If you're playing with bots, I don't think you're going to have a good time.
that's true. Even the random is not good.
Yeah.
Sometimes your squad is not gonna be good.
Right.
We have this problem before.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, we had.
Yes. So, all right. So, this is the all important question. This is the moment of truth. Okay? Can you guys give me what you would rate the game from a scale from 1 to 10 and why?
Go first, Tomo.
I
No,
was
hey,
waiting for
bro,
I have I have
not
the
everybody
number
jump all at
already.
once, bro.
No. I have it. I have it.
I feel like Dumas' number is gonna be the highest.
I would say 7.
Okay, Riyadh's at a
Wow,
7.
okay.
Why 7?
Yeah.
Damn, yeah. I
Uh,
was just gonna give it a firm
as
six.
I said before, the end, uh, the end is killing everything.
Okay.
To be honest, and the card system for me is not the best.
Okay.
So
And
that's why.
Jamal, you said you would give it a what?
I'm giving it a solid 6.
Solid 6. All right. Why?
Well, as I said, when I'd if as I said when I would recommend it to somebody, if you loved Left 4 Dead, you'll enjoy the hell out of this. The card system, I think, is a brilliant addition to giving it that added level of difficulty. Because the fact that the corruption card changes no matter how many times you play that same level, you'll never get the same one exactly twice. There are a few issues, but they're probably going to be ironed out fairly quickly. One big issue I have is the spawning of the tall boys and shit. Like,
Okay.
if I want to take an extra 30 seconds to pick something up, I don't want to have 5 tall boys spawn on top of me when I'm not anywhere near my team because I decided to go and pick up some ammo.
Yeah. Okay.
And the other big thing I want them to do, please give us a toggleable flashlight. Please.
Oh, yes.
A toggle
Yes.
for the flashlight would be fucking god tier. Because some of those levels, man, like it's my eyes aren't the best, but some of those levels I would just really like to be able to turn on my flashlight.
Oh, absolutely. Okay, Turtle Rock, you hear this shit? We want a toggleable flashlight. All right? That can't be that hard. All right.
What about you?
And what's
Okay.
your rating?
I
I'm
feel
waiting for
like
it.
I'm gonna be a bit of a dick here. I'm just gonna throw this out here. You guys got some rookie scores, okay? Both even
Okay.
numbers. Y'all got some. It's okay. It's a rookie move. We're good. Okay, so I would say that my rating would be a 5.8. 5.8
Why? That's the question.
because I feel like the graphics, while they're okay, I don't think they're super great. But then again, the game is kind of it's arcadey, right? And I have to say, like I really like the card system. However, other people playing the game like as casual, they're not gonna give a shit. So it's like even when we were playing, I hardly gave a shit about the cards. So it's like without the
Yeah.
card system, like we literally went in, other than having the corruption cards forced upon you. Excuse me, which I like because it adds the difficulty. You don't you're practically it's pretty much Left 4 Dead. Other than like having the character abilities and stuff like that. So I feel like again, I like it. I like the card system, but I feel like it's a double-edged sword to casual players.
Yeah.
I would not I can't imagine that there's going to be a ton of people that are going to want to invest the time into that game when there's so many other games to play. And it's like if you want to go kill slay out zombies, you can go play Call of Duty. So
That's
there's
yeah.
that. And with like the like I said, like the soundtrack was great. I would recommend this game, but I feel like a 5.8 is a good score for the game. I feel like it's good, but with the AI issues and like the matchmaking issues, because if you're not playing with people, you're leaving it up to matchmaking, and every time we got match made with somebody, it was horrible, or they were trolls and they would just kill you. So it's like if you're a new player and you don't have a ton of people that are in there to play with you, that's what you're gonna get stuck with unless you play solo. So I think that's a big
true.
thing. But but I was about to say that's not on Turtle Rock, right? That's on other assholes playing the game. But I mean, that's something to think about for the casual player, or if I'm gonna recommend it to somebody, I'm gonna be like, make sure you got somebody to play with. But that's where I'm at. 5.8. Duma, you're at a 6, firm 6. Riyadh's at a 7. Riyadh, I'm surprised that you had the highest score out of everybody.
The game is deserved that, to be honest. 5 is really bad. I'm sorry.
That's look. I feel like a 5.8
That's your opinion.
is a solid
Yeah.
game or a solid point. So it's like, I mean, I feel like that's solid. But if I was gonna recommend it, I would 100% recommend. Hey,
Yeah.
get Game Pass, play it. If you like it, either keep Game Pass or buy the game.
But I definitely agree with that point. If you're getting it, make sure you have at least one friend who is also getting it.
Right.
I think it's more fun if you have a full squad. One
Oh,
person
yeah.
is
Oh,
not
if you've got
enough.
a full squad,
It's not enough.
you can definitely have a lot of fun. But
Yeah.
at
Absolutely.
least one other person, because that way you can run through recruit with one other person, setting your party preference to private, so you don't get those random trolls. You don't get the people who have no idea what the hell they're doing, and you can take it at your own pace, playing with 2 bots. And to be honest,
Right.
for the fall-offs that the bots have whether they get stuck on terrain or will be jumping in a corner for some unbeknownst reason. They have better accuracy than a lot of the people I've played this game with.
All right, that's true. That's definitely true.
Yeah.
But I mean, like I said, all right, let's sum this up really quick. Great game. The multiplayer matchmaking is not awesome. And if we could sum it up in one point, if you're going to play the game, have friends. Make sure you have somebody to play with. Otherwise, the
100%,
randoms
yeah.
and bots are not going to be awesome. It's not going to be an awesome time. Are we good
That's
with
true.
that?
Yeah. Yeah. 100%.
Agreed.
All right.